Welcome, everyone, to the 5th episode of the Stay Attached podcast. We are joined by a legend in the Call of Duty, in Halo, in the FPS scene in general. I think he has 4 wins in
Talk to him.
Halo, 10 wins in Call of Duty, and he has a very fast-growing YouTube channel. I think at 10,000 subs already. Ian, Enable, Wyatt, welcome to the show. How you doing, boss?
Woo! I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Yo, I kind of like when you gas me up like that. I'm doing good though. I'm excited.
Awesome. Nah, I mean, you've been crushing it. Like, you've really been getting on your content grind. You're already at 10K. Sky's the limit. You never know where it could take you. So, but you've been killing it. You've been killing it.
I've been having fun with it. Million in 6 months. Book it.
Global at 6.
Oh, milli subs in 6 months. I'm like Drake eating off it.
So, since I know this, and I know a couple of like the more serious Call of Duty fans and Enable fans know this as well, but you only have one thumb. How did that happen? You gotta tell the story to all the new viewers, new listeners here. You have first show it to the stream. Show it to the stream so people can see it. He got one thumb.
Listen, wait, hold up. Don't look at my nails though. I need to clip my nails.
Yeah, he needs to get a manicure, but
it's not a magic trick, bro.
yeah, it ain't none of that thing where you like pull your thumb off. He legit has one thumb. So let's get into that. How did that happen? How did you end up with one thumb? Were you born like that, or did something crazy happen?
Okay, I'll give you
quick story.
Yeah.
Don't need me too much. Yeah.
Version of it. So I know I wasn't born like that. It happened when I was like 14 months old. Basically, I have an older brother, I mean, I don't even remember it. But so I have an older brother who's like 6.5, 7 years older than me. And my mom was at work. My dad was washing his truck in the backyard, and we had this exercise bike. If you don't know what that is, it's literally just a stationary bike. You work out on it. And I guess there used to be a game back in the day called like ice cream. That's what my mom told me. I don't even know what it was, but you basically just spin the fucking whatever they're called, the pedals. You spin the pedals.
Yeah.
And normally when my brother would do this, he would do it because like I would just be so amazed by it because I was so young, you know?
Yeah.
And so like if I was ever being annoying or crying, he would just do it and I would just look at it and I'd stop, crying. But that day, for some reason, he sat on the opposite side of me. So I was on one side of the bike, he was on the other, and he was doing it. And I guess I was mesmerized by, and I just stuck my thumb in the chain and it like ripped it off completely clean. My brother literally told me like he saw the thumb like fly up in the air and literally just grabbed it with his bare hands, brought it to my sister who was in the house, and she's like 13 years older than me. So, she was,
Yeah. She's a
just getting into high
functioning.
school.
Yeah, she's like a
And
functioning person right
she
now.
knows
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Uh yeah,
Damn.
my dad's in the backyard. He don't even know. He comes in. He's like, "What the fuck?" I go to the hospital. They have to fly me in a helicopter
Yeah.
to Thomas Jefferson Hospital in PA for like children's, one of the best in the US, I think. And this shit was on ice, bro. Legit, like out of a movie. Like it was just in this little box, cube or ice cubes everywhere, the thumb. And
Damn,
they put it
that's
back, on. Um, and like, gave me a whole cast and everything. But from what my mom told me, it didn't take because it severed it off completely. It wasn't like it was hanging on by a thread. Like that shit was just
it was just gone.
It
Yeah,
was
like
gone.
in half.
Yeah. So like not only do I have, I don't know if you could see, but I have like a scar on my thumb, obviously, but they
Yeah,
had to
I can see
take
it.
veins out of my right ankle, put them into my thumb to like reattach it. But I guess it didn't take and like I wasn't getting blood flow to it. So
Yeah.
they try to do all they could. Like they put like leeches on it. I had leeches on my thumb like
Wait, so like the
overnight.
leeches that suck your blood in
Yes,
lakes and
yes.
rivers? Oh,
Yeah.
hell no.
I had like 2 of them. My mom was shook because she was like,
I mean, that's doesn't sound
she
normal, but
not only was it like, "Damn, my son might lose his thumb," but she was like, "He's gotta have leeches on him, and I'm a baby." You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, like,
you
I'm
can't.
not big. These things can go anywhere. Um, but yeah, and then it just didn't take. It literally just like went black and no blood flow, and they were like, okay, this is chalk.
Damn. So when did you like first wait, I guess you were so young that when you were growing up, it was probably just natural that your finger or thumb was like that all the time when it came to like writing. Did you I'm guessing you wrote with the opposite hand?
Uh, yeah. So it's always been natural to me.
Yeah.
My mom said, I mean, I don't even know when, when babies, like when you find out what dominant hand they have.
Yeah.
Um, but she said when I was younger, like even before it happened, I would use both my hands. So like I could have been, what is it, ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but so obviously, because after it happened, my right hand was like completely casted off, so I couldn't use it. So I would use my left hand for like basically everything, but they actually trained me to, like pick up like a pencil, like small items, my sippy mug, whatever, with my
Yeah.
right hand. So it's like I don't know. I never actually had to like relearn anything because I don't
Yeah.
remember. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
You're just
Like
so
this is
young,
just like
so
what they tell me. Yeah. Um,
that is crazy. That's probably has to be super inspiring to a lot of people that could have had hand finger injuries at any time. Because I know there's some gamers out there that play with like there's a streamer on Twitch who literally plays with like his mouth. I'm pretty sure. Have you seen those clips where he's like
no, with his mouth.
I think he plays
I
with his
know.
mouse and it's like snaps on people and absolutely destroys them. There was when I was younger, I knew of this kid who only had like one arm and he would play baseball and he was like really good at baseball doing it. So there's a lot of people that something
Motherfucker was
crazy happens
smoking
to
you.
them and they get through it. And the fact that you became a professional Call of Duty player, Halo player, just FPS player in general is insane while only having one and I guess one and a half, one and a fourth
Yeah,
thumbs.
yeah,
I don't even
one
know
of
the
4.
exact measurement, but
It was definitely. I mean, the silver lining was that since it happened when I was so young,
yeah,
I had like my whole life, and from a super young age, I learned how to
how to
like
live
use
with
it. You know
it
what I
and
mean?
use
Yeah.
it for everything. Yeah.
Like I feel like if it happened when I was like 8 years old, I think I would have been chalked.
Yeah. Cause you would
Because
just
like
lost your way of, and you know how to do things. You have to relearn everything again.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it feels normal to me.
Yeah. Now that is crazy. Okay. So getting from that point on, how did you first get into gaming? Cause I know you started pretty young playing video games and then competing. How did that all occur?
Um, I mean, it's like the same old story that everyone, says that has like an older brother, older sibling. I just I really wanted to do whatever my brother was doing. And I would always tag along because he's 6 years older than me,
Yeah.
but like I thought he was like the most important person in my life at that time when I
Yeah.
was young. So and he was really big into gaming. Like even before Halo, I remember like Elder Scrolls. I don't even know all the old single player games, but he got super into Halo
Yeah.
with his friend group, and they would play all the time. And like they would rotate because they would have Halo One lands, and like one weekend it'd be at my house, one weekend it'd be at one of my brother's friends, and they would just keep rotating. And I just wanted to play. Like I didn't even know what the hell Halo was. I was like, oh shit, my brother and his
Yeah.
friends, his friends
You're just
are his
interested
school
in
friends.
it.
They're playing Halo, yeah. And then so like I would just beg him to play. And, like, it'd be, like, those situations where, like, my mom would be like my older brother's name's Brian. She'd be like, "Brian, like, take him along with you or, like, let him play a game." Because like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Mom,
You were
like,
that
this is me."
annoying little brother
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
begging
like,
to play.
"They're being mean to me." And then when they finally let me do it, I ended up being, like, better than them even from the start.
Damn.
And,
Come on, Brian.
I've always yeah, brother was garbage. Um But and I've always been a super competitive person, so, like, when I found out that I was better than them, I wanted to play better comp, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? 'Cause,
Go to
like, I
that
was
next
getting bored of
level.
just fucking bodying them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was really because of him, like, if he was never into gaming, I probably woulda never got into it because, like, he was super into music and, like, I followed him along with that. Like,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I took, like, guitar lessons and shit, like So without him, I don't know if I would have ever gotten into it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like that's how it is when you have like a brother or a close friend growing up. You guys do all the same stuff together. Whatever they pick up, you start doing, and that's just how it is. I'm only child, so I don't really know what that's like. My
It gets so
Xbox,
weird.
my Xbox 360 was my sibling growing up. It took care of me, babysat me, kept me busy, and watched me. But that's about it. And then, how did you go from smoking all your brother's friends and your brother to competing at your first Halo tournament? Like, how did that all go down?
Uh, well, it started so, all of Halo 1, I don't even know how old I was young, but I would only play with, like, my brother, his friends, and there used to be this thing, this is before Xbox Live, I forget what it's called, someone in your chat probably knows, but, it was on the PC and you could, like, play Halo 1 online. It was, like, this own program, you had to, like, do a whole bunch of shit. And we would do a little bit of that. But then when Halo 2 came out and I was a little bit older and I kind of understood what was going on,
Yeah,
I found out about game battles and MLG, like the forums from playing online, just like
yeah,
playing, Team Slayer, Big Team Battle, whatever. And that was when Xbox Live was a thing. And I was like, oh shit, like I could play people from all over the United States, all over the world.
yeah,
And, I got on the MLG forums and realized that, there were tournaments, like, they were having these tournaments and, not only in person, but, like, also online tournaments, there's a whole forum dedicated to, like, you're a free agent, you need new players to team with or
yeah,
play with, and I just always had that fire to, like, I would go on the forums, I'd play with some people, I'd be better than them, and it's like, "Okay, I wanna play better people, I wanna play better people." And then it just kept going until it got to the point where it was like, I think I was going into my freshman year of high school and I had a pretty good team that I, grinded because I played the
yeah.
shit out of Halo 2. And I begged my mom. It was literally like it was the weekend before my freshman year of high school, and I begged her to let me go to this event. And I was like, Mom, I promise, like, I'm gonna do great in high school, because that's a big change. It's like,
Yeah. I'm gonna get good
and
grades and play sports and all this.
yeah, and she finally let me do it, and it was funny because before that, I was supposed to go to a couple events, and I end up, like, having these teammates online, and I would be like, "Yeah, I'm going," and I was way younger, like, I was, like, 13, 14, and
Yeah.
most of the players that played, teenagers, like, early 20-year-olds, and I would never ask my mom, like, to
So you
go
were
to
just
these
saying,
events,
yeah.
and then I no lie, it happened, like, twice, and then I would just, like, bail last second and, like, make up some excuse, like, "Oh, shit, I got."
Oh no, you were one of those?
I mean, dude, I was just like, because the only way to be able to get into that, like, group of competition, you had to be willing to go to
Yeah,
these
of
events, you know what I
course. Yeah,
mean?
you had to be going to these events,
Yeah,
competing, playing in,
yeah,
yeah, all that. You absolutely had to. Or you're just like some onliner, that's it. Like and
exactly, but
uh,
so, then she let me go, and, we ended up doing, like, unbelievable. We got, like, top I think we got 17th place, but I thought that was,
that's really good
like,
for a
crazy.
first event.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
it
good for
was
a first
I mean, it was
event.
crazy because, like, back then, just even making it out of the open bracket was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shit," like, these guys are solid, like, they're
Yeah.
good. Um, but then so, like, once that happened, I was like, "Oh, shit, like, maybe I'm actually this good and I
Yeah.
can, like, compete with these guys, like the Ogre 1s, the Ogre 2s, the Walshies," like, and that's what, like, really made me
You went
fall
into
in love.
overdrive. You went into
Yeah,
overdrive
yeah.
going crazy, grinding.
Yeah, it really made me fall in love because I was like, "Oh, shit, like, this is what I need." Because
Yeah.
I'd played baseball growing up and everything like that. I stopped going into high school, like, I did the whole travel ball thing, but, like, I don't know, my competitive drive has always been so high, like, I become, like, obsessed with it. If there's anything I can compete in, like, I will compete in it.
Yeah. Nah, that's really good. I feel like that's what a lot of people who played sports when they were younger and like growing up, that's how they have their drive for whatever game they're playing now. I feel like a lot of Call of Duty players, at least, all played sports, all had something, siblings and stuff they would play against that just built that competitive drive over the years. And then now it just transfers over to Call of
Exactly,
Duty.
yeah.
So you went
Uh,
pro. When did you go pro in Halo? And were you still in high school when you went pro?
Yes. So after the whole Halo 2 event and me like, getting my feet wet, I I actually didn't go to like any events in 2008, which was the beginning of Halo 3. It was the first year Halo 3 came out, was on the MLG circuit. But I was so focused on high school just because it was a different, just a whole different scene. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I was
Yeah.
still getting used to, making new friends, everything.
Everything. Yeah. High school is a
Uh,
big change.
and so like I played Halo 3 a lot, but not really competitively in 2008. I did it mostly just with like friends that I built relationships with throughout Halo 2 and Halo 3. And it was more like fun games like Jenga, cat and mouse, like stuff like that. I would just
Yeah.
do it to decompress. And then I believe what my sophomore year of high school, or yeah, sophomore year of high school, which was 2009. I like was like, you know what? I want to give this a try because Halo 3 had kind of started taking off, and just like
Yeah.
professional gaming and gaming in general was starting to slowly get more eyes on it. So I would go to like any event I could. And that's when I became a pro. I don't know what event it was, but I was a sophomore in high school. Um, I remember, I'll never forget it. My team, our team name was Dynasty. My team with APG actually. He was like me and Brad, you know APG, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, bro. I've known him since I was like 12 years old.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. And
yeah.
then
Like
you
we
guys are
like
still here to this day in the community and
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
going to
so like,
events.
yeah, I'm 26. He has to be 26 or
Yeah.
25. But, so yeah, 2009 was when I technically first became a professional player.
Okay. And how old were you at the time? Was it 13? You said 14?
No, I think I was 14.
Oh, 14? Okay.
14 going on 15.
Okay. And then
Been here for 10, son. Been here for 10.
literally young legend, but living legend too. But when you're at those events, you're 14 years old. I'm sure there's like a lot of older people that are there, and then maybe some people kind of closer to your age. Was there anything
Mhm.
crazy that would just happen at these events, like back in the day? Because I personally didn't go to events way back in the day, so everyone wants to know what were events like back in the day when you were going to.
The best way I could explain it is imagine imagine professional like going to these MLG events, professional gaming events, as like Fight Club, the movie. If you have you I don't know if you've ever seen it. Not
Yeah,
okay, not
I
like
think I've seen it.
literally like people getting their ass beat and
Yeah,
stuff, but just like it was this underground scene that, it was super secretive, even though it was like blowing up, but it was not as professional as, the games are nowadays
yeah,
with everything like. And I was younger, so obviously I didn't get into like I wasn't drinking or doing
yeah.
anything,
Of
but
course.
I mean, there's the stories that I can tell you, I can't tell you on stream. But I mean, you could only imagine if you compared it to like Fight Club, like it was just reckless. Like
People going
anything,
crazy.
yeah, anything that you think could be too crazy at an event probably happened back then. Like there were plenty of fights. I mean, people used to fight in the event.
In the open bracket
Yeah,
area.
dude, I remember this one. I wish I remember the names. This one dude, it was this one big guy. He was like 6'2", 6'3",
Yeah.
and some smaller white kid who I guess had been talking shit to him online before the event.
Ah, shit.
And then like they saw each other in person for the first time. Bro, this guy had him up by his neck, feet off the ground. Like I'm not even kidding.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, there's there's been montages that have come out from like those old Halo events where it's literally called like sex, drugs, and games or whatever. It's supposed to be like a playoff of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you could probably find them on the internet. There's obviously not sex in the videos, but like that
Yeah.
was the thing because
Damn.
I mean, it was wild. It was a whole different world.
Well, I hope you stayed out of trouble. Didn't have anyone holding you by your neck. Maybe I probably did that a couple of times when you were talking reckless when we were teaming.
Yeah,
So
good
I said, "Come
try.
here," and then I put you up against the wall. I said, "Listen, you're gonna rotate next time, and don't give me."
Hey, good try.
Nah, but when Halo, you did that for a while. When did you know that you're gonna make the transition to COD and eventually become a pro?
Honestly, I didn't ever like know I was gonna make the transition because for a while, I thought Halo was just gonna blow up,
Yeah, and
like,
just take
like
over.
yeah, I did, it got to a point where I was sponsored by Red Bull and Halo. MLG was sponsored by, Dr. Pepper,
Yeah, they had
Doritos, like,
everything
all
there.
yeah, like, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy," and, like, this was all happening when I was 16, 17.
Yeah,
So I was still young and making good money. So like I never had a real job up to this point. I was like, oh, like, am I going to be able to do this like for the rest of my life? Like make a living off it. I had no clue that making good money back then is not enough to necessarily live off of.
yeah,
Um, but then Halo Reach had come out, and like the viewership had started to decline, and Halo 4, and it just like it really hit a plateau and actually just started dying. And at this point, um, like finishing up my high school years and getting ready to go in college. And I was like, damn, like, what the hell? I've never had a real job. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know necessarily what I want to do in life because, for a while, it seemed like Halo was going to be something big and like, I'd be able to
yeah,
do this. And so I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, it was fun. It was a good hobby. Like, it fueled my competitive drive. I made decent money off it to where I didn't have to, work at McDonald's or something like that in high
yeah,
school. Um, but then so I was gonna go to college. Well, I did go to college to be a CPA because I've always been pretty good with numbers, and I was like, all right, whatever. But then around that time, I saw Black Ops 2 Champs. That was like the first ever COD event that I really watched. And
okay.
I mean, that shit's a classic. Like
Yeah,
it
that event
I
was I can
I
still,
think I
like,
only
remember
watched
everything.
two, like the losers finals and the finals.
Okay. But yeah, the
And
finals had enough
oh, it was
craziness, like
wild. Yeah.
Miracles with the two-piece, Killa finessing away from Proof. It just had so many, like, memorable moments that it just
Oh,
made so many people fall in love.
yeah, I actually will literally never forget those 2 moments.
Yeah,
But I saw how huge it was. And like, I'd always play COD like pubs for fun, but never like took it seriously.
yeah,
And when Halo was the thing, COD always was second fiddle. You know what I mean? Like Black Ops 1 or whatever
yeah.
the CODs were in, like
Halo players,
the
like, make fun of COD players and, like, the
exactly, dude,
scene.
because there would be like 10 people in the stands.
You literally
No bullshit.
yeah, like,
And
actually 10 people.
so like I'm sitting at home and I'm watching this. I'm like, yo, they got hundreds of thousands of viewers right now. Like when did this happen?
Yeah,
And I still wanted to play games and compete because that's just the type of person I am. But like I wasn't sure because I had never really played COD like that. And I remember I like didn't do so well first year in college because I was like, damn, I still like want to do this, like be like a professional FPS
yeah,
player. Um, and I knew because of the type of person I am, like if I wanted to give it a try, it'd be so hard for me to balance COD and college.
yeah.
And I remember just talking to my mom. I was like, "Mom, like, you think I should do this, or you think I should just like hang it up?" Like, because at that point I had already done it for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, and she literally gave me the best advice. If she didn't give me this advice, I probably would be some bum ass accountant right now. Uh, literally like working in an
No
office.
offense
But
to the accountants out there,
yeah, no,
but,
hey, sorry if you're a bum ass count. No, I'm just kidding. But and she told me, she was like, listen, you can always go back to college and do this. Like you're still, 18, 19.
yeah,
She was like, take a year off and see what happens. If you flop, you flop. Like, it's whatever, move on, but see what happens.
yeah,
And that's what I did. Started with a Halo team. It was me, Formal, Ace, Snakebite, and Ghost. COD Ghost was the first one that I started in. And, made some
a little bit of
had
noise.
yeah, made
Yeah,
a little noise, had some decent success, ended up moving to a team house. It was the first time I had moved away from home. I lived in the Curse house.
Curse House.
Yeah, you remember that. You were on
Yeah,
Curse Orange.
Curse Orange,
Um,
baby.
but, made like $500 a month salary and grinded my ass off.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't like at the end of Ghost, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is really working out. Like I'm making like $500 a
Yeah.
month. I had decent success, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
Halo. Um, but then I just fucking got blessed that AW came out, I guess, and I loved that game. And I
It was a good
also just
game.
started, yeah,
It was a good game.
of course, yeah, come on, yeah. People are dude. AW, no bullshit. I don't care. It's a hot take. People roast me. I think it's one of the most underrated CODs of all time.
Oh, it easily is.
Like people
Easily.
hated on it for a while, and then we've seen the CODs that have come out since, and that shit was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I think if
But th-
yeah.
but then I had the AW year deal, and I mean, like, let me not gas myself up. Got third in champs. Besides the Optic Dynasty, I had the most wins in AW.
Yeah.
Um, made a ton of cash. At the time, I was like, "Yo, I'm going from $500 a month making no bread on Curse to, I think it was like the first time I had ever made six figures in my life." And I was like, "Yo, I made the right choice." Like,
It's
appreciate you,
finally
ma.
paying out.
Yeah. And then obviously that's when we had teamed in
Yeah.
AW. We had crazy success. And
When you got on what team, what moment was it when you're like, all right, like we're about to be nasty? Like, what team did you get on? Did you think you were gonna have success? Was it like the team with what was it, Slasher, Aches, and Parasite?
no, dude.
You-
Honestly, I don't know how. I don't know how we were as good as we were.
yeah,
Because,
that's a weird name. A Parasite, Aches, Slasher, and
dude,
Enable. Think
you
about that
couldn't
team.
even
Think about those players on that
I
team
don't
together.
I don't want to. You couldn't write a script of the most toxic stuff ever and and have it be as bad as it actually was for us.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they literally ripped each other to shreds every day. But like somehow we were still like a top 4 team,
Yeah, no,
you
you guys were
know?
good. You guys, I remember because we would always beat you guys to get to the finals. So you guys would always, not to roast you, but you
Yeah.
guys were always like around that third, fourth spot. Which at the time it was just like Optic at the top. We started getting second on Denial, and then you
Who
guys were
was
like
the
in
other
that
team?
third, fourth. But
So
then,
like us and Envy deal? That Envy
uh,
team or
yeah, I think Envy started well. Like they did well at that first tournament because I remember they beat us when we did like that roster change at that tournament, and then we made a run all the way from loser round one to the grand finals.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I think that I don't think they did that well at champs, but I remember you guys like just doing well and almost making it to the grand finals in champs with that team.
Yeah,
So
that was that felt like a fluke. The first team that I was ever super confident in, like yo, I can win with this team, was after AW champs when we picked up Kyler and Tommy.
yeah,
Um, because Hugh was new on the scene.
yeah, but he was
Austin
nasty.
had already won, and Tommy was Tommy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
coming right after Ghost, like AW. So I was super confident in my teammates. We gelled. There was no, clashing of personalities, egos, and that was the first team where it felt good to compete, and I was confident. Like we only teamed for 2 events until you and Clay finessed,
yeah.
but we got
You
second
guys
at
are
both events.
welcome, so you can start winning some events. But
But we were like hands down the second
oh
best
yeah,
team.
yeah, by far. You guys were far and away the second best team for sure. Because like you would just beat everyone. You and Optic would beat everyone. You guys would play each other in finals, and
And they
Optic
beat
would
us.
just
Yeah,
beat you guys.
yeah, they
But
beat
then
us.
Clay and I had to come show you boys how to win. And I don't know what it was. I feel like we just kind of just meshed. Everything just kind of went perfectly when we started teaming. There wasn't any time where anything fell off. Everything we did in
I know, yeah.
online
No, you're
tourneys we
right.
played well. In scrims, like we played well. We got to land after we won that first tournament. What was UMG Dallas?
Mhm.
After we won that, and it was like 24-2 map count. Um, like
Almost the perfection, bruh.
yeah, that would have been crazy. But I just felt
I think
like that gave us so much confidence and momentum going forward that every event we went to, we knew we could win every single time. Like we knew we were getting top 3 at least, and we were gonna
oh,
win.
yeah.
So
I think it was like the perfect storm because not only do I feel like me and Tommy and you and Clay had chips on our shoulders
yeah,
because you guys obviously had won champs
yeah.
and
But
like
then we started,
everyone thought Optic was gonna, win. Yeah, and then you guys kind of like your team fell off,
yeah,
and me and Tommy were getting a lot of flack because they were like, "Dude, you guys just got back-to-back second place finishes and you dropped 2 players." And so, like, we all had the fire
Yeah,
to, like, beat Optic and be the best team because, like, you guys were getting roasted, we were getting roasted, and I don't know, I really feel like we clicked just outside of the game too, like,
definitely.
us 4, you know what I mean? I think that's one of the main reasons why we teamed for as long as we did,
Yeah,
but we were obviously the most talented team in AW, but everything just literally clicked off rip, like you said.
yeah, not definitely. Because when we teamed at that more like kind of towards the end of AW, I think we won like the 3 out of the 5 events we went to, which is pretty good. And that is crazy. So
And
fast
the one I
forwarding.
had the flu, bro, I had the flu,
Oh
so
yeah, the
3 or
flu
4.
at DC, like that was for the three-peat, I think, too.
Yeah,
Because I
it
think we
was,
would have
bro.
won an event. Well, yeah, we would have won UMG Dallas, one Gfinity, and then one DC. But you got the flu, you got sick, weak ass immune system. It's all
I
good
know,
though. But
I
nah,
know.
definitely we teamed together for a while, and then we lived together too in Infinite Warfare in Austin, Texas, in the FaZe Pro House. How was
Mhm.
that experience living together as a team? What was your after it all happened? Like, what were you thinking?
After it all happened, I still couldn't believe you literally shit in my bathroom and clogged that in a 2K. That's the biggest thing that I remember. Um, but
Yo, chill, yo.
second round of 2K chat. This man comes into the bathroom, blows it up. So me and Dylan, right? Like our
Shit.
rooms. So like, dude, the face house was actually dope. That like
That was big.
yeah, like the curse team house was like a trap house. The face house was in a super nice spot. It was a
Yeah.
big ass house. But so me and Dylan had was it like called like brother sister bathrooms or whatever?
Oh
Like
shit.
I had my room, Dylan had his, and we had the connecting bathroom, but it was connected to my room. He had to walk down the hallway.
Yeah.
And I would have, my door unlocked or like to the bathroom or cracked open. And second round, we're straight bodying some random ass team probably in the 2K. And I just get a whiff of this heinous smell. Eh, Dylan comes back to the mic. He's like, "Yo, dude, I clogged the toilet. Like, I don't know what
Wait,
to
no,
do."
no, no. I came back to the mic and you're like, I think, yo, do I hear water running or something?
Oh
Like you
yes,
said
yeah, that's
that.
what it was. Yes, because I heard because like you guys probably know everyone's clogged their toilet before. Like you can hear it getting to the top of the bowl, and like Dylan was like, "I don't know how to unclog it," and I'm just sitting there like, "This motherfucker's gonna flood my room, shit everywhere. It smelled like ass." And Clay starts dying laughing because Clay, his room he had the master like on the first floor. And I was so mad. I actually remember I was so mad because Clay was like, "Ian, just fix it. Like, Dylan's so dumb. Like, he doesn't know how to do it." I was like, "Dog, I'm not fucking fixing shit. Like, motherfucker clogged the toilet. I'm not going in there looking at his shit." And then I don't even know who fixed it. I
No,
don't
I
think it was.
think what happened, I remember Clay eventually being upstairs because he was upstairs like hella quick. And then I walked over there and I saw Clay like straddling the
Wow.
toilet, like on top of like the shower stand and on top of his leg on something else. So he was straddling it. I'm like, yo, you got to fix it. I don't know how. He's like, dude, I'm not putting my hand in the toilet.
Dude,
And
I don't
then
even think we had a plunger, dude.
I don't know how I fixed it. I don't know how I
Alright,
fixed it, but
that's definitely
it
the
was
best
real
answer I
interesting. It was real interesting. Oh man, that was not. Damn, that video is still on YouTube. It's actually so funny
and
when you go back and watch that.
I'm actually about to go back and watch it. I had a fun time though in that house. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like we all, I mean, besides Clay, because he's old as dirt, but I feel like we all kind of grew up there in a way, and
Yeah, it was my
it was
first time
cool.
moving out, so
Yeah, it was, yeah, and
and
Tommy's, I
Tommy's,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. And like, I don't know, we just, well, besides Clay, because like Clay was a fucking herb, but like it was cool to have all of us there, Chris,
Yeah.
and like, work out together, go get,
The
food, like hair,
sushi,
like,
ooh,
yeah, just the day-to-day life that
yeah.
sushi at the workout was fire. I wish Clay wouldn't have been in the relationship he was in
Yeah,
at the time.
because he would just
'Cau
never do anything. He would never leave his
yeah,
room.
it was like this weird situation, I felt
Yeah.
like,
We're like,
you
"Please
know?
come hang out with," like, "Yo, Clay, wanna go see a movie? Yo, Clay, wanna go to dinner?" And then he'd always be like, "Nah, nah, not really."
Exactly,
So it
but, I mean,
just yeah.
it was fun, I think it was besides when we knew we had to make a change,
Yeah.
when we got to that point, it was fun, then it got a little awkward, but I think that also just had to deal with because we were around each other like literally all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
literally.
like it
We
doesn't even matter
scrim
if
and then
we're
we walk out to the living room and dining room and
yeah.
we're right next to each other again. So
It's like, bro, we get smoked in practice. Like Dylan ain't rotating. I don't want to see this kid while I'm downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm giving him a look like, yo, this motherfucker didn't rotate.
says the guy who used to be like, yo, I can't throw the uplink ball. Come here. And then I had to go throw the ball in the portal for you.
Uh,
Damn.
no, bro, we would roast Tommy for like, be like, Tommy, you did this. He'd be like, no, I didn't. We watch it. He did it, just yelling. And then like I'm going downstairs. He's making like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm just like, dog, I could punch him right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
so heated.
Now, I think team houses are not good with a competitive team when you're surrounded by each other, when you're scrimming. Then after you see each other again, like I don't think team houses are it. I think you should do like team apartments where everyone has their own space, but you're close enough if you ever need to meet up, watch VOD, whatever it
I
may
agree with
be.
that.
But it just
Yeah.
gets too toxic with a
Like
team
how it
house
was
nowadays.
in Columbus. You know, like
Exactly.
that, like that's yeah,
Exactly.
dude, team apartments, like it bro, no bullshit. If we all had apartments in Texas back then, I think we would have been a way better team. Because it
Yeah.
got to a point where we just hated each other.
We're just sick. Like we've been together for what at that point, like two and a
2,
half
3
years, 3 years.
so very long for a
Yeah,
team.
and then
I mean,
you're still seeing them every single day. Like that's actually impressive how long we stayed together and how we're still friends after all that. Because
dead ass,
it's
dead
very
ass.
easy to just have a bad relationship with Pat or like old teammates, and shit can break down. But no, we all got through that and we were all good. And then that was the end of the IW season.
Mhm.
And then going into World War II, that's when you left FaZe, were kicked off. I don't really know how it all went down. All I know is we picked up Crowder, our coach, who we were living with for the past year,
Oh,
and
no, and
then
press
Priesta, who was what's it called? But actually, I remember you got like a good offer from EG, I think.
yeah, I think, dude, I think it was like almost a mutual thing where like, because we had picked up Pierce,
Pierce,
it didn't
yeah,
work out. And then it was like, well, shit, it's me, you, and Tommy. And like, I kind of wanted to like have some sort of change, you know?
yeah,
And but I also feel like you and Tommy wanted the same thing. And so like I don't know if I wouldn't have taken the EG offer if you guys like wouldn't have still teamed with Chris and Preston.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I think you like we all just kind of wanted to change. But yeah, that's when like the salaries were starting to see a major increase.
yeah.
And hindsight, it was a horrible decision by me. Like I definitely should have if you like I should have at least made it known like, yo, Dill Tom, like I still want to team with you guys. Like let's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
I just
saw
think we
the
were also
bag.
fed up at that point that it was
Yeah.
just like we like everyone just did their own thing kind of. I don't even remember how it went down in the offseason. I just know that it happened.
Aches finessed me, bro. Aches had
Ace,
me.
Pat is a finesse king.
Guy,
Finesse
yo,
king.
guy was like, yo, it's Boots. I'm Patty P. Bring an app with me. EG's throwing the bag at us. Like, Nameless is you know how good Nameless was in Ghost. Like, it ain't AW. I'm like, oh shit, okay, Pat. Like, yeah, I could
Yeah.
do EG. Like, he's like, all you gotta do is move into this team house in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, Illinois. And I was like,
I've been
say
to that
less.
house.
Yeah.
I've
Bro,
been
that
to
house
that
was
house. But
shit out of a
then
horror movie.
you had an interesting World War II year. You guys did not have the best start at all. Did you get dropped or left? Or did you leave?
God, dude. So I don't even know if I ever really like talked about
Yeah, I don't
this. Now
even
I think
remember. I
about
just
it.
remember you were off EG, not on a team. Then you were out on the Lightning Pandas.
Yeah. So like, I mean, that still is like the worst team I've ever been a part of. Like not like in the sense of um outside the game.
Yeah,
Like I like all those guys, but just like placings wise. Like,
yeah,
dude, we got like uh top 8 once. Like, bro, we got like top 12, top 20. And it got to a point where like, yo, we need to make a change. You know, EG2, they were like, yo, we're giving y'all the bag.
yeah.
Aches. I thought y'all team was supposed to be nasty. Y'all are some dog shit. And we were supposed to get, from what I remember, we were gonna pick up Dashy. Like we were gonna drop
Mm,
Nameless 1,000%. And I don't know if because me and Pat lived in the team house together.
yeah,
And I don't know if we were just gonna pick up Dashy for Nameless or whatnot, but then like days go by and it's like getting close to the roster deadline. And I'm living with Pat, like, I'm living with Pat, and, like, I'm in a team speak late night, and they're
Yeah.
like, Silly joins the speak, and people are like, "Oh, shit," like, I'm in here, and I have no clue, I'm like, "What?" And then, like, then people are, like, DMing me on Twitter, like, "Yo, like, what are your plans?" And I'm just like, "Fuck you mean what my plans are?" Like, I thought we were picking Dashy up,
Yeah.
you know, I thought that was it,
Oh shit.
and then I found out that they were obviously picking up Assault and Silly. And at that point, my stock obviously was super low. Like, bro,
Yeah.
we legitimately were borderline a professional team.
Yeah.
You know, like we were bad. And and it was so close to the roster lock. Not only was my stock low, but it was so close. I like didn't have it even have an opportunity if teams
To
wanted me
find
to get
teams.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I just got dropped. I'm not getting salary from them anymore. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? And so at this point too, I was planning on making my move out to LA. And
Oh.
like this is like a month before I was gonna move to LA. And Lightning Pandas was giving me like $2,500 a month. And that was literally just enough to cover my part of the rent. But so like I
Damn.
moved out here. I played one event with Lightning Pandas. Um, bro, I was literally living in a trap house. Like the first month and a half, I had my fucking notorious black foldable chair. I was sleeping on an air mattress, no covers. Dude, it was Eric's air mattress that, no lie, was broken. I would wake up either in the middle of the night or in the morning on the hardwood floor because like it
It
would
would just
deflate.
deflate. Yeah.
Dude, and I was like, I was stressing. I was like, dude, no one wants like I'm not gonna get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I doing all the way across the United States? Like,
Yeah.
I'm this is it. Like, I'm not gonna get on a team. So this fucking stressful couple months with
Yeah.
that EG team.
And then what happened after the EG team? Did it get better when you had that WWE chair and the
Um,
inflatable mattress? And
I mean, dude, I got blessed
what happened?
realistically because like TK, you know, they start out beginning of the year back to back. They fell off, right? They picked up Zin and Jay, but then Zin left to go to Optic, I
Yeah,
think.
he went to Optic.
And and I remember Lamar, well, TK, but Lamar wanted to play with it was either me,
Well,
Royalty,
yeah.
Goon, or I think there was one other person. And at this point, Bryce is still playing. He's on Echo Fox, Caps on LG. And I remember they went hard for me because Lamar asked them, you know, and they were like, bro, hands down, like what you how are you not going to just give an able shot? Like, bro, the EG team was asked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I got the offer, I got the opportunity to join TK, which I was fucking ecstatic about because not only was I back to getting good
And they were
salary,
like
they
disgusting.
yeah, I was like, dude, Kenny's the best player in the game.
Yeah.
Accuracy is one of the best ARs in the game. They've won multiple times already this year. Jay's like an up and comer, but he's you know really fucking
Yeah.
talented. So I had like I was like, okay, finally, dude, I'm back on track. Like, you know, I'm out here like you know picking out beds and shit. Still sitting on the fucking foldable
Wait.
chair.
I gotta cut you off there for a sec. I actually remember at the FaZe house in Texas. So I put in the
Yeah,
chat. You slept on an air mattress out there too. So you might just have a thing for air mattresses. Have you upgraded to a normal bed yet?
California King, baby.
California King,
Cali-
baby. That's the run it up guy
Baby,
right there. All
talk
right. So
about
back to what you were saying when you finally got on TK, got the opportunity. You're on the come
so
up.
so I'm like, let's go. Uh, and then before we even start practicing, like they like I think we ran like they ran a couple game or like a day with me and a day with Royalty, right?
Yeah.
But before we actually started practicing because they chose me, I broke my fucking collarbone riding a bird scooter. It's an
How many?
interesting night. I think it was either Kid Cudi or Kanye that just dropped an album, and we had listened. We were doing like an album listening party in the house.
Yeah.
You know, I was sipping on some wine. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to leave the crib, bro. Didn't even want to leave the crib. I was vibing.
Yeah.
And we had all got these bird scooters because we were like, "Yeah, like, we don't need a car, you know, we're in Santa Monica, like,
Yeah, bird
this'll
scooters
be."
were everywhere,
Yeah,
like all over the sidewalks. There's so many.
but so we bought our
Oh yeah, you
own.
guys had your own too. I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
guys had your own too.
uh,
Y'all rich like that.
but so they all wanted like, "Yo, let's go," because this is nighttime. They're like, "Yo, let's go for, like, a scooter ride," like, yeah, and I'm like, "Nah, bro." I'm chilling. They're like, "Yo, quit being a herb." I'm like, "I bet." We're going down a hill near our house. Don't even remember what happened, son. I think I, like, tripped over my own foot, literally front flipped down the hill, broke my collarbone, and this is 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks before MLG Anaheim, and I was shook, like, this shit was clean broke, hurt like a bit. I didn't even go to the doctor for, like, 4 days.
Oh yeah, you
Like
tweaking.
like like me and, like, Bryce was, like, being my was this, like, pseudo doctor, and he was like, "Nah, dude, I used to have this shit all the time, like, you probably, like, have, like, a mild AC sprain or something like that." I didn't leave my bed for 4 days, literally sat on my back with, like, an ice pack on it, and, like, I could feel my bone, like, crunching and, like, rubbing up.
Oh
It was bad.
nah, nah, nah. That's
And
nasty.
then so I was so terrified to tell Lamar, you know Lamar, you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yo,"
Yeah,
I couldn't get dropped, obviously, but I was like, "Dog, what the f," like, I was
like
playing in a sling in pain
yeah,
online
yeah,
practice, and, like, we were not doing so hot, and I'm just like, "Oh, dude, like, I fucked it, like, this was my chance, like, my comeback."
yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
You had to
like,
get on
3
a
days
scooter.
before the event, I was like, "Yo," I hop on TeamSpeak, I'm like, "Yo," like, "Yo, what's good?" I was like, "Yo, I should have told y'all this before, but I broke my collarbone, like, 2 weeks ago, but I've been playing, like, don't worry, I'm good." You don't have to worry about it. And Lamar was, like, about to tweak, and he was, like, about to rage. He was like, "Oh, wait, you said you've been playing with it for, like, 2 weeks?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I've literally been practicing." And, like, I wasn't getting shit on, but we just weren't doing well.
Yeah,
And and then so we went to Anaheim, did okay, but I literally played in a sling there. But then it healed up, and we became fucking nasty.
yeah. And then you guys, what? You won season two for sure. You won season, or did you win an event
Yeah.
before? Yeah,
No, yeah, because it was Anaheim,
yeah,
and then it was, like, the league, remember?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
We
think
won.
you guys got in
We clutched up like crazy. Did some crazy run to make it into playoffs.
and I think, like, we stayed progressing throughout the league. Like, I
Yeah,
think we got, like, 3rd or 4th in the regular season, but then playoffs came and, like, I don't know, something just clicked. We just clicked as a team. We won that, which was crazy because at that point, I didn't think, I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna win again
yeah,
because, like, it'd been a while since AW, and I was on EG where I was barely even getting top 12.
yeah,
And then so to be able to win that after being kicked out of the league basically, and at that point in time too, it was the biggest, like, paycheck I got from a single
oh
event
yeah,
ever.
what,
So
50K each?
yeah, it's
So
50K each.
something
I was
crazy.
on top of the world. I was like, "Let's go." Like, I thought I was about to retire, going out looking sorry. Like, we
Don't worry, they,
won.
they still got taxes, like, so it's probably only like what, 37, 33, but it's still a
I
lot of
don't pay
money. Gotta be smart though. But
yeah, but it was just a huge paycheck, but, like,
yeah,
not even that, like, just to be able to win again. It's probably how you guys felt because you guys won what,
yeah,
season 1?
season one. Yep. And
Yeah, like,
then
dude, when you don't win for a long time, getting that win again is, like, an unbelievable feeling.
yeah, because you're like, it like proves to yourself and your team that you guys can win, and then everyone else, like, you won. You're the champions at that
Like,
time. It like reboosts your
sorry.
stock. It, like
Yeah,
yeah.
like, I'm
But
the best again,
yeah,
but
literally. And then you guys had a second at champs. Remember you guys lost to EG, but you beat us for third. I gave the oop to my boys. I gave the oop to my boys to get rings, and none of you guys have rings yet. So yeah,
I
it's
can't
all
believe
good.
I can't I can't believe on top of EG being so bad when I was on the team, to them dropping me, to then them somehow winning the event, but then on top of that, bro, they should have been out in pool play, dog.
Yeah, they did some crazy, unbelievable Aches versus
So
Optic stuff,
needed to win 1 map.
bro.
That's
I
1
might have
map, I
been
gotta rip my finger, bro, like, what?
I might have been bad luck for Optic, to be honest. I
That
think we played the match before Optic played EG, where they only had to win one map. We were like packing up. Optic was walking on our side. I'm like, oh, you guys only got to win one map. Oh, you guys got this. And then like, we left. We left the venue, went and got food or something. And then
Mhm.
when like tuned back into our stream or saw on Twitter, saw the streams, it was like, EG's up 2-0 in the series and they're up in the CTF too. Like, is this actually about to happen? Is like this Optic team not about to even make it into the bracket? And that was
Bro,
mind blowing. I remember watching that like on the phone, just like, what
I
is
was
happening?
so hype because so you remember how like pool play was in the MLG arena,
Yeah.
like a little studio, and we almost did. We literally won the event for this, and we made it out of pool play second. We lost to Theory's team.
Mm,
I think Theory was team with Goonjar. Um, we lost to that team, beat Heretics map 5,
yep.
and then we played Rise first round winners who like, us and Rise were probably the favorites going into that event. Smoked them right out the gates, smoked another team, and then smoked E United. Like, I thought there was no shot we were losing. We were guaranteed top 3, and we hadn't dropped a hardpoint map yet.
Yeah.
Like I was like, free lick. I'm in winners finals. Then I find out we're playing EG. Like, I had no clue that they
Caught
were
you
going
off
to make,
guard.
because I'm pretty sure to get there they reverse swept Envy like the round before or something. They reverse swept
Yeah, they
some team.
did. They reverse swept Envy in winners and
And
make it to you
yeah,
guys.
that's what it was. And I'm sitting there like licking my lips, like I'm getting my fucking hands on. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. Like, I'm about like I beat Rise and E United, like, good hardpoint team, whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't losing respawn to these cats.
And
And then
then
we lost.
boom.
And then we lost. And then you guys came out fucking guns blazing. I was like, yo, I'm in the vortex. Like, I'm picking out like the ring I want. And now all of a sudden I'm down 2-1 and loses finals. I'm like, yo, I was just in winners finals. I'm about to be out of the tournament. And
Yeah.
then after we beat you, bro, I was still like, fuck. Cause you know how it is. Like,
Yeah.
if you are in the finals from wins bracket, you most likely won the event.
Yeah.
Um, but then when we reverse swept them first series, I was like, I'm getting my fucking revenge, baby. Like, get a ring. And we got 3-0.
and
So,
then we got 3-0. But
so
no,
that
that
was
was damn.
that was tough.
That's crazy. That event, heartbreaking event. I don't even want to talk about it. But and then that year ends. So, but you bounced back though. You won an event. You got second at the biggest event of the year. So your name's back in the mix, back to be one of the best players in the game. And then Black Ops 4 and 5v5 is introduced to the Call of Duty community.
Yes, sir.
What happened for you in that transition period to end up on, what was it, 100T?
100T. Yes. So,
It's a pretty interesting name, right?
hey, I love the name. I mean,
You
come
do?
on, you
You
know
like
that.
the
Yeah,
colors?
love it. I'm a
You love
big
the
black and red
colors.
guy.
Okay.
Big black and red guy. But so after champs, we were obviously all, we were pissed. Like, it was Kenny's first year,
Yeah.
like full year, Lamar's breakout year, Jay's first year as well. So like Kenny would like they were all happy that they had made it that far, especially for them. Like Lamar won 2 or 3
3
events, Kenny won
events.
3
Yeah.
events, got MVP, got second at champs. Like, that's a crazy first year. Same thing for Jay, like got second at champs. But we were all pretty disappointed because we knew that we choked.
Yeah. You were the
Like,
best team at the time and you
and we
probably
just
should have
couldn't.
won. And you didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah. You couldn't
we
close it
we
out.
literally looked like the LA Dodgers, besides this year. Um, and like I didn't know what was really gonna happen. I wanted to stick together, because I was like, "Yo, this is a really good team.
Yeah.
Like, let's find a 5th, whatever." And then I'd found out that Kenny and Jay had gotten an offer from Matt. They were coming back in the scene, and they like were 1,000% taking it. Like hands down, they both wanted to take it.
Yeah.
And at first, it kind of left me and Lamar in an interesting spot, because I've known Matt for a while. Like, while this is all happening, I'm hanging out with him on the weekends. Like, we're going out to clubs or at his house, or he's here, whatever.
Yeah.
So like I know the inside scoop of like who they're trying to look at, all this stuff. And you know Kenny and Jay were like, yeah, bro, like, we love the team with you, Lamar, but this is Matt's team. This is
Yeah.
like
He's
Matt
yeah.
back into the scene because 100C was fucking garbage in Black Ops 3 or whatever he tried. Um,
Those Anaheim jerseys.
yeah, yeah,
Yo.
literally,
Gotta hide those in
jail,
the vault.
um, and so like me and Lamar, we're like, yo, we got to try and like, field offers. So like then me and Lamar were a team of two. We were talking to like G2 Splice, trying to come up with teams, players we want to team with. And then Nate fucking offers me and Lamar like in person. He's like, "Yo, we want you two guys to join." It was going to be TK and um who was the second player? It was Jay, Kenny. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Okay, so maybe at the time they just wanted or Matt wanted to just sign the whole TK team because he wasn't sure if Austin was going to be able to get off Rise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whoever else, because you really wanted Austin. Obviously, everyone wanted Austin. Um, but so like we go out to eat and like literally like basically agreed to the kind of like he gave me and Lamar the 100T fit. Like me and Lamar we're like, yo, we just got the bag. Like, this is what we wanted because we were able to stick together.
Yeah.
And then literally 3 hours later, Lamar drives home because he obviously is rich. So he lives in Calabasas. And like Eric calls me into his room and he's like, bro, I don't know what to do. And I'm sitting there like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, am I just getting fucked now? And I guess after the fact, um, that Nate had taken me and Lamar out, Rise was down. Pac-Man, who I think was the coach or GM at the time,
Yeah.
was down to let Austin go. And then Nate felt horrible about it. And like, I think he asked everyone on the team, like, what do you think we should do? And obviously, it's slasher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to. And then that happened. It was some beef. I felt so bad for Lamar, but I mean, I guess it worked out for him. He did well with Splice. But yeah, then we got Austin. I think Sam was the last one, I guess we signed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting series of events because for a while I thought I was going to be on like G2 with Lamar, like G2
Ooh,
or
G2. Yeah.
Splice. Yeah. And me and Lamar turned down a lot of money to join the 100T team. So, and then Lamar got the bag because he got dropped literally 3 hours after.
No, that's crazy. And then you guys had the whole everything with Hunter T. You had the not best start in the beginning of the season. Then you guys got Priesta and Chris Crowder as your
Yep.
coach. And
After
then you guys
y'all
kind of flipped the switch.
smoked,
Yeah, we
y'all got
got
choke
we
slams.
got choke slam bad. That was not good. Tried using a battle beaver. I couldn't shoot straight. And I was like, nah, this is not it for me. And then that's when I actually went to EG and had my little revenge arc or whatever it's called. And we bounced back a little bit after that. Of course, wish we had a better ending to the season. Could have got those 6 points, but this podcast episode is for you. It's not for me to talk about me. And you guys had a really good season. Would you win 2 events and then
Yep, London and Anaheim,
and then you got second at champs again?
Yeah,
You kind of suck at champs,
bro.
You always get second and third.
Listen, I might be the most.
No, that is really good though. That's really impressive, but it just sucks that like you can't win it,
dude. The Black Ops 4 one wasn't as. It wasn't as bad. It didn't hurt as much because I mean, bro, we were in losers round 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you made an insane
like,
run.
In World War II, I genuinely thought.
Oh yeah, you guys had it in the bag.
From the first round when we beat Rise, because everyone, all the fans were like, "Oh my god, the 2 best teams are matching first round.
Yeah.
Like this is CoD Champs that happened." And when we beat them, I was like, "Oh, this is in the bag." In Black Ops 4, even though I knew we were one of the favorites going into it, starting to lose round 1, and like we really didn't click that whole weekend until like halfway through Saturday. Like I thought we were going to bro, we should have lost losers round 1 to FaZe.
Oh yeah, that
Like
insane.
we got top 16, yeah.
Yeah, that insane 2-0 in the series, 2-0 in control comeback. I thought you guys lost too. Like I thought it was like over. I'm like, oh, like it's 7-2 in lives or something. It was just something like insane, something impossible to win. And they did the 0.1% and actually won it. That was crazy. So wait, that year too, you ended up with second at champs, a couple event wins. So going into MW, COD still 5v5. How did you get on that Seattle Surge team? And then how did that break down throughout the season?
Well, it was kind of similar to the World War II offseason, the Black Ops 4, where it was different though because it was franchising, right? And this is
Yeah.
obviously before COVID, so it's like, you know, all the players were told, you're gonna have to move to whatever city you're playing
Yeah.
for. The contracts are gonna be crazy, but there's a salary cap. So like there was a lot of factors that went into it. And obviously, I I had really high stock, but nowhere near compared to like anyone else on my team,
Yeah.
right?
Because you were like the
Even
dirty work player. Like you would
like
be the Vision Pulse Sog.
exactly, I wasn't gonna have more value than Slasher, Octane, Kenny, Preston,
Yeah.
And early on in the roster mania period, like I had known that Austin and Ken wanted to live in LA. They're getting a great offer from Immortals, OGLA, whatever. Austin and Sam were kind of not like they were like almost up against each other, but not in a bad way. Because like Austin ended up taking a back seat to the main AR role in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know if Austin and Sam really wanted a team
He just
again.
wanted to probably wanted to be a main AR. Like he wanted to do
Yeah.
his thing.
And at this point, too, Preston was already gone. He was on FaZe. He was
Yeah.
on Atlanta. He was the first one gone. Well, I guess you can't even say gone because FaZe just loaned him. So he was just
Yeah.
like back on the team. But so he was gone, and Sam reached out to me. Like Austin and Ken had told me he wanted a team. I hadn't really talked to Austin, and I know they really wanted a team with TJ. I think Tej and Dashy.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to obviously be the fifth on that team, but wasn't really any moves being made. Sam reached out. I thought our team was going to be really good because it was supposed to be me, Sam, RCD's Envoy, and Jerry. Shit. Um,
Are you good?
but then they backed out, and like there was an opportunity for us to also be on Dallas with Kyler, Shotzi, Illy, um,
Probably would have been a good
or
team too.
yeah, and that was my gut. I wanted to join. Like I told them, I think that's a good choice, but like I previously said, with like, okay, where you're gonna have to live in your contract, like Seattle offered a ton more money, like
Yeah,
literally.
you guys were probably one of the, if not the like highest average paid team.
Oh yeah, we honestly we had top three for sure,
Yeah.
average across the board, maybe even top two. I don't know, but it was just like way too much money to turn down. RC's Envoy obviously dipped after we basically thought it was all set.
Yeah.
And we had to scramble to get whoever we could. We basically stole Apathy off Florida. Like App was literally going to sign with Florida the
Yeah.
next day, and we're like, "Yo, you want to team with Seattle and make this amount of money?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." Um, but yeah, it just wasn't the best choice. Obviously, we were fucking ass. But
Do you think there's
I
a
mean,
reason why you guys were ass? Like, do you think it was just because you didn't mesh well together, or was there something? Do you feel like that if you could redo that team again, there was some steps you could have taken to not be so bad?
um,
Because you guys are all good players, and you guys have all won multiple championships before, so it's not like you guys don't know how to play COD.
yeah, I mean, we were all. I mean, we all still are proven winners.
Yeah,
Um, But I think it was a mix between us not enjoying the game, like, in the beginning of the game, no one really enjoyed it, but our team was the worst at it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You guys would always leave scrims and nope,
all
not
of
play
us,
Dom.
we just chalked it. Um, and also COD switches every year.
Of course.
The game didn't suit our team.
Yeah,
Like say if World War II was like 5v5, I think we could have been pretty good.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But like for this game, it just didn't work out. If there was one thing that I would change, which I think would have definitely made us better, I don't think it would have made us a contender, but I think we would have been more of like a middle of the pack team, maybe
yeah,
have, one or two good events, is just literally forcing everyone on the team to go hard. Cause I mean, dude, you know how I am. Like I go 100%, but if like if my teammates aren't going hard, I'm not like I'm not a player that like fucking forces the
Is
issue.
gonna like get on their ass like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
Like, well, fuck it. If I'm going 100%, you're not. I'm just not going to go 100%. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which isn't a good trait by any means, but it's if I would have done that and like tried everything I could, I think we would have been better.
yeah,
But it was just like I wasn't really enjoying the game. The team wasn't. No one was really trying. No one was really trying to even improve or be on anyone's ass. And
yeah,
it's probably because we got paid a lot too. You
yeah.
know that. Yeah, that has to go into it.
That could definitely be a reason for like, especially even in pro sports, like people just get comfortable when they get that huge contract. Some people get comfortable. It may not affect everyone the same, but like, I think we've all been on those teams at those moments where it's just it's chalked. Where
Yeah,
the people don't
yeah.
either like each other, they don't like the game, and they just can't work well together. So you guys just get on, like call out barely, talk to each other minimal, and just get off. Like it's not like a in-depth dive at getting better and trying to
Yeah,
improve as
no,
a player in a team. So I've definitely experienced that.
and I mean, on top of it, like the contracts, not even for like me personally or my team, but like they were just crazy in general compared to what they were in the past. So it's
Yeah.
like you didn't have that stress, which I mean, it's good. It is good. But like you didn't have that stress of like, yo, if we're not playing well, I'm not gonna make that much money this year.
Yeah.
Because like, it was guaranteed. It was like, yo, I really want to win, but like, shit's not going my way. Like, I'm not stressing as hard as I normally would.
Yeah. And then season comes to an end, of course. You only played for like the first couple events, and then you got subbed in for one event for one map and then taken right back out. So you had a
I
really
was on my
weird
dad's
year.
job and I was vacationing in Bahamas for
Yeah,
great.
that's when he went crazy on the content grind, which is good because who knows if you weren't even doing that, like you never know what you would have been doing right now. But
That's
moving
true.
forward, what's your plans moving forward of what you're trying to do?
Whoo! Intel? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, you did tweet you would give out some intel. Is there any intel? Come on.
Listen, I'll explain. I'll explain.
Okay.
Uh, I do think me getting benched was like a great. I don't know if I would say lesson, but it opened my eyes on a lot of things. Because I've always wanted to do content, right?
Mm-hmm.
But going back to just who I am, I'm so competitive and like when I am attached, no pun intended, to something, I obsess over it. So like
Yeah.
I would obsess over competing. And so like I just didn't really think I could balance it. And then when I got dropped or benched and it looked like I wasn't coming back, I was like, dude, I have all this free time. This is something I enjoy doing. You know, I like making content.
Yeah.
Let me actually try. Um, and in my head at the time, I'm like, I'm gonna just go hard, do content, have fun with it. But then I'm gonna be, back to competing and then I'll, balance it out.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously my stock hasn't been the highest since I didn't play this year. And I know that after when I'm done competing, when it's time for me to hang it up, like that's the route I want to take.
Yeah.
I want to content, whether it be Twitch streaming, gaming YouTube videos, like skits, whatever the case may be. That's definitely the route I want to take. But I don't know. Like
But you still
I'm
want to
trying.
compete, right?
I still have the drive.
Yeah, you
I'm
still
proud.
want to compete. You're still looking for teams and
I'm
okay.
hungrier now than I have been in a long time.
Yeah.
I say, and like I've been doing this shit since you was in diapers, so it's a little like there's been the highs and lows and
Yeah.
times where I'm just like, yo, am I really passionate about this anymore, or like, is it time for me to start my next chapter? I still want to compete. I do. I really do. I don't know what it's I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm trying to think of a way where I can say Intel without saying Intel. Um,
I think that's enough intel in itself, you know?
I don't know. I don't know if that was it, if MW was the end of my,
Hmm.
career. Um,
And we could talk
I don't
about that a little
I don't
bit.
And I don't know, is this my 3rd prime? Like, am I is this a comeback story again? You
Yeah.
know, like I've been here before? I don't know.
I
I am
think because you've done it
oh,
multiple times before. Like you've come back, been that guy, won multiple tournaments, really good placings throughout the year. So I don't think anyone counts you out. Anyone that knows Call of Duty and knows how you are knows that you're a champion, proven winner. I think the thing that sucks for you is you got put into a like, well, your team was just a bad situation the
uh,
past season, and so that, and then it going back to 4v4 where 12 players are automatically out of the league, and then no expansion teams just makes it that much harder for anyone and everyone to get picked up. And there's definitely a lot of surprising names out there that haven't been announced on rosters yet. So it's kind of crazy that
yeah, it's
stuff hasn't
it's
happened.
it's been an interesting off season, and I mean, it's just because like you said, they obviously didn't expand, but they're back to 44, which, it's the right move, but it
Yeah, it
sucks.
sucks.
Dude, there's no matter if they're your favorite player or you hate their guts, there's gonna be a lot of good players that aren't in the league this year.
Yeah.
That if they say they expand next year to 16 teams, like, they're 1,000% gonna be in the league, you know?
Yeah, and so
It's
like,
there's only so many spots, and it's like, you know, obviously each player is different, but, like, it's not always like, "Oh, they're not getting a spot because 'cause they're not talented enough," it could be an attitude issue, a
yeah,
dedication issue, uh, people just don't fuck with you issue, you know?
yeah,
Like, so, I don't know. There's some things I'm figuring out. I will say I have come to terms because for a while before I say what I was about to say, when I got benched still, I thought it was just like they're just like showing me a lesson, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
yeah,
get your head right, warning. And then when I realized like, yo, they are probably not putting me back in,
yeah,
I like I went through a rough period mentally because I was just like I said, that's all I did is
yeah,
compete. I couldn't compete. And luckily, doing content made me feel so much better because it's something I enjoyed and like I found out that I was really passionate about it. Um, but so it helped me out enough to the point where like I've come to terms with I still want to compete 1,000%.
yeah,
Like there is no passion issue, dedication issue. Like I know I can still compete. I know I can still win. But if you know, the cards just aren't in my favor, I would be okay with being done, just not playing anymore.
yeah,
Well, yeah, I would not playing, I guess, for the foreseeable future, but you know how it is. If I
yeah.
if I retired for a year, I probably wouldn't play again.
Yeah,
You know?
it's near impossible to come back after you officially stop playing for a little bit because then everyone there's just new players coming up. People kind of lose that trust in you and that belief in your skills and your ability. So it's definitely a tough situation. But it's like the thing too is expansion teams are probably going to happen next year. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure at all, but everyone is probably assuming expansion teams are going to happen next year. So it's like, do you grind it out in challengers, get picked up on a team right now, and then next year happens, expansion teams, you're back to being starter on a
Yeah,
team, you're the face of the
true.
team. Like
It's true.
it's there's definitely
And
a lot of stuff. So
it's
I'm
tough.
rooting for
I
you. I'm rooting for you. I know we've been talking on the side, but
gee,
I got you.
Minnesota enable, get it in the no, yeah, I mean, I will say this too. I am finding out a lot more info, so I think I'm gonna have a decision like really soon,
Yeah.
which is good because it's obviously stressful just not knowing.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say though, just because I see people in your chat saying it and people were tweeting at me, I 1,000% will tell you I am not coaching 100 Thieves. 0% chance, not a coach.
Ah, damn.
I just don't think that's for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like who the fuck? What you tell me? I gotta watch TJ fucking rotate, or
What'd you
whoever.
say? You don't even fly coach. There's no way you're coaching TJ.
Like, what? I'm not no player not rotate and be
Yeah.
like, yo, the fuck is you doing, huh?
Damn. Well, I think we've had a lot of good talks. just you and I want to get the chat involved a little bit. Chat, if you guys have any questions, let's ask Ian a couple questions while he's here before he goes and streams. Are you gonna stream like right after this?
I'm probably gonna eat.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat. I have like some meal prep food, and then
Okay.
I'll go on.
Let's get a couple questions from the chat, and then
Yeah,
Ian.
hold on, before you go, or before you say, just because I see your chat, guys. I was just using TJ as an example because of the article that I saw that if 100T bought Optic Gaming, like TJ's on Optic Gaming, so it only makes
Yeah.
sense.
You didn't spill any intel, don't worry.
But I would have coached TJ if he was on fucking Atlanta FaZe. It don't matter.
Ooh, that's a good one from Brian. Do you feel like Halo players have any unique advantages going from Halo to COD?
Um, I actually touched on this a little bit ago in my stream, like a week ago. The biggest advantages are you, and this is obviously I'm a COD player now. You know,
Yeah.
I've been professional COD way longer than Halo, but I still think that the top tier talent in Halo is better than the top tier talent in COD. And what I mean by that is like just because you're a Halo pro doesn't mean you're going to switch over to Call of Duty and be successful, right?
Yeah.
Like you've seen it happen. There's been plenty of people who have switched over that have flopped. But if you're unbelievably talented in Halo, you're going to have a major advantage in not only your mechanics, right? Like shooting,
Yeah.
because in COD you die quick. In Halo, you have to be really fucking good at tracking.
Yeah.
Um, so you have that advantage. You have communication because a lot of COD players now, COD pros have adapted sort of a similar style to how Halo communication
Yeah.
was and is. You know, because Halo took more team-based teamwork. And what I mean by that is like in Halo, team shooting and positioning yourself together for power-ups or whatever was the most important thing at the high level. Whereas COD, there isn't as much team shooting. COD is more like, in my opinion, and you can correct me if you think otherwise or you can agree, but like the individual players on the team making the correct individual plays
Yeah.
for the better of the team, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, I'm not calling out to you, Dill, like, Dill, like, look, P2, like, like, let's team shoot him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, Dill, rotate here. I know you're gonna rotate here. Like, I picked this cut up.
Yeah.
Like that's like the major difference. Um, at least in my opinion. But I just think the top tier Halo players, they have a better understanding of teamwork, communication. I guess the mechanics is up for debate because
Yeah.
they're obviously unbelievably talented mechanical Call of Duty players who have never played Halo before. But
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Call of Duty, like you just kill so quick too that it's you only can finesse so hard in certain
exactly,
situations. In
exactly,
Halo, like you stay alive for a long time. If it's one person just shooting you, it takes a while, even if they hit all their shots perfectly in the head, for them to kill you. So if you're that much better, you can easily hit a finesse dash and just shit on them. Um,
exactly. And if you're like a 1-on-2 in Halo, like you're not winning that ever
yeah,
unless you get like a nade that gets them both one shot.
yeah.
Like like that's why team shooting was so important.
Yeah, definitely. And then another one, the last one we're gonna ask you. Wait, where was it? Where was it? Where was it? What are both your views on the 100T news? Just like them joining Call of Duty in general. Do you like what do you think about that? Just having them back in the community. I think it's huge.
Oh yeah, I think so. Look, I think it's huge for COD, right? If it's true, obviously, I know always this shit gets leaked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing doesn't get leaked in esports, so it probably is true. Like, yeah, honestly, it probably is. I don't know. I
Yeah, we
truly
don't know.
do
We
not.
just saw the Deserto article and yeah.
But like, if I had to guess, man, I don't think I've ever seen something like this get leaked and it not end up being true.
Yeah.
But I think it's huge because 100T. Not only are they one of the best companies I've ever worked for, from top to bottom, all their staff, they're one of the biggest right now. You know,
Yeah.
they're popping.
Yeah.
Like they literally are killing the game. It's huge for Call of Duty to get more eyes on it. I love
Yeah.
what they represent. And on the other side of things, like I know that Nade loves this because I mean, you know Matt,
Yeah, of
Dill, like obviously, like he loves Call of Duty. You know what I
course.
mean? I remember when he, picked me up in Black Ops 4, like he was so happy because he was so upset with how the Black Ops 3 100T team did. And like, when he told me the news that yo, we're not gonna be in the league for MW, like he was tight because he loves COD. He
Yeah,
loves this community, they made him who he is today.
yeah. He's like the
So,
godfather of the community, pretty much.
like, if it's true, that shit is gonna break the internet for sure,
Yeah,
because the 100T is literally home run after home run. Like, I could only imagine what they do,
yeah.
in the COD next year.
Yeah, and just having Nadeshot back, like it just feels right. Like when Nadeshot isn't in COD, whether he was playing or had his team now in the community, it just doesn't feel right not to have Matt there because, of course, he's Nadeshot. Everyone knows him in the Call of Duty community. He pretty much made this, so we should all be thankful for to him for that or for that
Ooh,
with Hex.
ooh,
Listen,
what
bro,
was
I'm going through the change. All right, but nah, it's gonna be lit, and then of course they have their production and their videos are just like next level. So
oh, it's
the event
yeah.
vlogs, everything. People get to watch and follow the journey. I'm sure you gained so many fans just because the people watch your team at events, saw you in
Oh,
those vlogs, saw you in those 100 videos or something.
0 to
0
100
to 100, yeah, like they just
real
do
quick.
everything top tier. So it's exciting from a player in the community, a fan in the community, everyone in the community's perspective to have them back because they crush it and whatever they do, whatever they touch, it just turns into gold. So I'm excited to have him back if it's true as well. I think that's kind of it though. I think that's kind of it for the episode. Ian,
That it.
you did a great job. You're an incredible storyteller. I wish you luck on your journey to still be playing professionally or content creation, whatever it may be. I'll see you hopefully soon before I move to Texas. But
When
if
are
you
you
come
moving? Moving soon?
early November,
Ooh,
yeah.
listen, I might be out there. Who knows?
All right, come pull up. But it was fun. Thank you very much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I know the chat, a lot of people in here enjoyed having you on, and a lot of them are going to watch your stream later tonight. So it was a good one.
Appreciate it. I had a blast, brother.
All right, peace out, brother. It was real. It was good. Love you, kid.
Love you, ugly.
You're ugly as hell.